Hello, everyone. I'm sure you're wondering what's happened to the 12 games in 12 months challenge, or why I haven't made any videos in the last couple of months. The short answer is I have ADHD. The long answer is the rest of this video. We're going to play some Getting Over Bennett Foddy, and we're going to talk about my creative process. Last few months have been pretty wild. I moved across country. I was in Maryland when I started this channel, and now I'm in California. But even before I knew I had to move, I could tell what I was doing wasn't sustainable. I've often used guilt to motivate myself over the course of my life, and recently, like in that last couple of months actually, I've sort of found inner peace, and a big component of that is not guilt tripping yourself to do things. So if I have to guilt trip myself to do something, I'm just gonna choose to not do it. I won't be returning to the 12 games in 12 months challenge anytime soon, because I'm now on a time crunch for a different project. A friend of mine is going to Japan, and he's taking me with him. Whoa. Okay. So I am going to try my best to learn as much Japanese as I can between now and when I'm going in April, which would ironically have been the end of the 12 games in 12 months challenge. It's part of the reason why the subtitles that you're seeing are in Japanese, to, I don't know, get myself a little bit more immersion into the language. I have missed making videos for this channel though, and my main block for that is I feel like I need to address sort of what's going on before I can start making more videos. I think that a focused project like making 12 games in 12 months and then making a video on top of it when I'm just one guy is not the best use of my mental time and energy right now. I do really appreciate the games I was able to make. But I think a big reason why I had to stop is that the last game I made, Incarnate, it was so hard to go to something else. I just kept making tweaks and everything. I think even in the video I was talking about, I have to rip myself away from it. Well, it was easier to rip myself away from making games in general rather than making that game. So maybe it would have been better to just stay on that topic. In addition to trying to learn Japanese, I've been hired on as an editor for a friend's project. So once that is up and running, I'll be excited to show you. We're going to try and make a few videos so that there's something for people to watch before we sort of announce the channel, sort of open the channel. That's the idea anyway. That's the big wall of text. I think this is where he mentions Shia LaBeouf. Not sure if I've mentioned it before, but I do have some pretty decent times in this game. Right now we're at 4 minutes. I'm pretty sure I have a record of 8 minutes. I think I have one that goes as low as 7 or 6 minutes. 6 or 7 minutes. Hopefully editing Connor remembers to put that in here. Jump scare, by the way. Maybe you could have used more warning. always love playing this game when I'm sort of feeling down. There was a time in my life, like right after this game came out, like 2014, when it felt like the world was crashing down around me. A lot of things were going wrong, and I didn't know why. And that was kind of the major like problem, is that I didn't know if it was entirely my fault, like if I made some like grievous error, or if the game I was set up to play wasn't fair to begin with. Like, were people expecting too much of me? And I was really depressed during that time. And this game helped me. Oh, that was close. And I was thinking about this game is that even when you fail, like say I did fall down on this hat or whatever. Also, get out of my way. Um, if you fall and you lose like 5 minutes of progress, then okay, you just it's exactly the same as if you had just started 5 minutes later, right? This game taught me that it doesn't matter how you got somewhere. What matters is where you are, what tools you have, and how you can keep going, you know? This is the game that made me realize I wanted to be a game developer. There's a moment that we're going to get to later that I can remember the moment it happened, and how it affected me, and like this game taught me what games can be like story wise. Like, I know a lot of people think of this game as like just a rage game from like the early 2010s, but like to me, like this is a philosophical pillar of who I am. This bucket. There's 3 achievements in this game. One is for getting over it once, sort of beating the game once. Another is for getting over it twice, and then I believe the third one is for getting over it 50 times. Which I remember when I got that achievement. I think it's there it is. When I got that achievement, I was actually kind of sad because I was like, no, don't give me rewards. You're supposed to like indifferently put obstacles in my path, you know? Like, I felt bad that I achieved something in this game. I was actually happy. So you notice my pot is made of gold. The pot that the cauldron I'm riding around in. That is linked to your achievement progress, I believe. Like, if you get over it 50 times, it gets more and more golden until you get over it 50 times. At one point, my achievements got reset or something. Like, my account got reset or something like that. And my pot was no longer golden. I was like, nice, I can finally re-earn my my golden pot. Let's see. Nereshom. There we go. That's quite loud. Hopefully Editing Connor remembers to turn this down a little bit.
I think not. Where your hand moves, the hammer may not follow,
Testing.
nor the man's hand. In this you're his will, his intent, the embodied resolve in his uphill ascent.
I'm going to have to wait for a little bit because I'm so far ahead of the narration. Okay. So this is the voice line that made me want to make games. It starts happening when you get to this part of the game. You start climbing this tower.
Now, you've conquered the ice cliff, the platforms, the church, and the rectory, the living room and the factory, the playground, the construction site, the granite rocks, and the lakeside. You've learned to hike, There's no way left to go but up, and in a moment I'll shut up. But let me say, I'm glad you came.
This was the moment that made me want to make games. Games can make you into a different person. You know, like if you watch a movie, like you can learn things in a movie, right? Like you can see things that, you know, might change you, might change your outlook on things. But if you've made a game, like Bennett knows that if you're seeing this moment and you're not watching it on YouTube or Twitch, that you climbed up the rest of his crazy mountain, and that you were the sort of person who wanted to experience this game so badly that you went through, you know, hell and back to experience it. And this is the sort of moment that made it click for me. It's like that is the part of games that like you know, if you write a novel, that means that, you know, you're really good at, like, you know, writing prose. If you've made a film, that means you're really good at, like, cinematography and, like, editing and stuff like that. If you're good at making games, that means you're good at, like, thinking through what an experience will mean to a person, how it will change them. And I don't know, it's a really beautiful thing for me, and I really hope I can make it good. I really hope I can make a game half as good as this one day. Oh. Editing Connor here. In the original version of this recording, I kind of trailed off here, so I wanted to be more precise on what my plans are going forward. I'm going to be ping-ponging between a bunch of different projects, between learning Japanese, editing with my friends, making games, and also making videos for this channel. The quickest video to be made is probably going to be one on cooking and a video game called Vintage Story, which I really like. I actually recorded the footage for that back in March, but I have everything I need. I just need to write a script and record for it. So that'll probably be the first video you'll see from me, sort of in this new era of Connor. Anything else I do, I'll be sure to announce it here on this channel, and always be sure to check my itch.io for any updates there as well. You know, I wrote a script for this part, and I still didn't write down how I was going to end this video, so I guess I'll just say I'll see you when I see you.